Welcome everybody to another video, and today is the second Great Awakening that I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to just get straight in there. People have been put into a perception bubble over the last thousands of years when the elite have been controlling the world. And people have been led to believe that they have limits, that they have no power, and it's just little me in this big world, and I have no power whatsoever in this world. When that is completely not the case. Because when someone has limits, they completely alter the field of potential infinite of the universe that they can bring in to allow life to work the way they want. You can't create your own reality if you're in that bubble, in that perception bubble. And that's what they want. They don't want people to realise the power they've got to create their own reality. And that's why they've put in labels on people. Because the more people say, oh, I am black, I am white, I am Christian, I am gay, I am straight, I am... they're just labels in this physical life. It doesn't mean anything overall. These are just temporary experiences that we're experiencing in this life. Because on the big scale of the big picture, we are spiritual beings living temporary human experiences. We are who we were, we are who we are now, and we are who we will always be. It doesn't matter what we are in this life. These are just temporary experiences. Why should we care what colour or whatever anyone else is? Because that's just what they're experiencing. Let them experience that. And then we can all be what we all equals, but we're all unique parts of that one consciousness. And so why we would want to hurt or do anything bad to another version of ourselves? Because we are one consciousness living separate kind of experiences in this world. So I know it's very hard to understand, but when sort of people have near-death experiences and they just feel this love in their hearts, and they feel as one with everything. There is no time, present is past, you are me, I am you. And that's the way things are. That's where they feel it after the death. But it is what it is now. But we just can't feel it with our physical brains. But we can feel his love though. We still live in time here. And we still live in the illusion of time and the illusion of just what we can see now. We can't see everything that's there, obviously, like I've talked about in a different video. But we can always feel love. And love in our hearts is the most important thing, because if we open our hearts, it's game over for the cult. They can't control us anymore. If we open our hearts, there will be no suffering. And if we knew that we can cure illnesses just by getting the energetic imbalance and finding the root of the problem and curing a problem rather than just giving medication and stuff, there would be no illnesses if we knew that every illness comes from an energetic reason. So if there were no illnesses and there's no suffering because we all love each other, and we open our hearts, every single one of us. And money is another one of those. There is enough money to go around every single person in this world, including all of the African people who are in poverty. There is enough for them. Because all these corrupt pharmaceutical companies, the corrupt banks, the corrupt Gateses, the corrupt Faucis, the corrupt Bezoses, all of them have billions of trillions of pounds that could come to the people. We have enough money. It's an illusion that we don't. We can have enough money to go around, and to every single one of us have enough. Not too much, but enough. And that's so. If we have money, if we don't have suffering, and we have illness, and we don't have illness, then that's what it should be. It shouldn't be a given. That's what it should be. So it should be a given that we have that all of them three things we have. And so that's what this is Great Awakening is about, to realise that's what it should be. And all of the planets are aligned at this moment in time for the Great Awakening. It's been prophesied for millions of years by tribal elders and by so many ancient people. This time has been prophesied thousands of years ago. Because the sun and the stars and the moon, they're all aligned in the same place to give energetic force to the planet to awaken, mass consciousness awaken and open the heart. And And so if we go back to all the money and the suffering and the illness, so if we have been people say, oh, God can't be real because he's suffering. Why would he allow suffering? It's us that allow the suffering. We don't need to allow the suffering. We don't need to allow the illness. It's us that create our own reality. It's not God. God gives us freedom. God gives us everything. Everything is here that we need in this earth. We don't need anything from external force. So it's us that create our own reality. And this is the time where we awaken to that. You can meditate, you don't have to, but what you do need to do is you open your heart and see the truth. This COVID-19 situation is the old era coming to an end. You can see the forces at work here with COVID-19, the stupid plan that they've done, and the corrupt to mess with the people's psyche because they know people are awakening and they have to stop that. But we cannot allow them to stop that. We need to open our hearts and we need to know that this is the Great Awakening and that these elite people, their time is coming to an end now. And so don't give in to the fear. Don't give in to any of the fear. Open your heart to love. And sooner or later, I know, I've got a feeling that in the winter it will get worse before it goes better. A lot of big things are coming in the winter, and I've already said before, a massive event is going to come either next month, but this year, 2020, it will happen. And but people need to awaken. I do this video because I care so much about the earth and I care about its people, and it's the truth. This is the Great Awakening, and a lot of people are awakening now. I just want to give the little push to people who are on the verge of awakening, who need to awaken. Thank you very much for listening.